changed my shoes. And I put on super heavy socks.
Hi guys, welcome back to Paranormal Resident. So we're just walking into LACKEEN Castle. It's very dark, so I will have a light on in a second. I'm going to be a bit blurry for a minute, but we're walking over to LACKEEN. Oh my god, there's so much crap everywhere. Let me put on this light. Oh, that's a bit better. Yeah, that's better. Whew, it's very cold. It's very, very cold. So I'm here with American medium Rhonda. She came all the way from New York to come and visit me, and we are exploring Ireland together, and I'm bringing her to some of my favorite locations. So I hope I'm public. I'll get Anthony to check now.
Hello, everybody. I'm and you can't really see my face because I have like headgear on right now.
Rhonda is live on Instagram. And would you check to see if I am live on YouTube?
I didn't hear you. Were you speaking to me?
No, I was talking to Anthony.
Oh.
Oh, it's okay, Aunt. Hi. Hi, Jenny. Oh my god. We're just walking into LACKEEN Castle. I am later than expected. I am guiding museum. I'm wearing a good coat, don't worry.
That backdrop is crazy with the sun there. And hello.
Here is Rhonda.
You can't really see my face probably because of my
the head torch. Oh, don't worry. Now this is going to get very mucky, okay?
Well, I have my wellies on, so I'm good. But
Yeah.
you're the one. Just be really careful.
So we're heading over to this ominous castle.
It is ominous.
Yes.
It is ominous. And so,
Jenny says hi, Rhonda.
who says hello?
Jenny, Ben's mummy.
Hi, Jenny, babe. And here we are.
Hey, Joe.
Oh wow. Here we are.
There's so many gates to get in here.
That's one that is it unlocked? Or
Oh no,
that
it
top bar?
is
maybe?
okay. I'll get Anthony to do it. He's stronger than
Okay.
me. I'm very weak.
We're bringing in the heavy weights.
It looks very spooky, doesn't it, guys? Hey, Anne. I think you need to lift it a bit.
This is a really intricate type of mechanism I've never seen.
Do you know what?
Oh.
Did you get it?
I think you push down and then move the lever on top. Move the top lever towards me. Up above. Up higher. There you go. Like, doesn't that slide a little bit? See that?
I always open that, no
no
problem. Okay. So how you feeling about this, Rhonda?
I'm excited.
We might have to hop over the gate.
I don't care. I'm all about it. I was actually... Oh, you probably already looked, but... Is that open over there, Rhonda?
I'll get... Okay, you hold my camera.
I can like climb through there even.
I don't know if it's...
Or through the gate.
Just be careful.
Definitely no stranger to busting through.
No.
Oh my gosh, how funny.
Okay, I think you could get through if I
I
hold
think
this
I
back,
definitely
Rhonda.
I think I'm just gonna climb this way. Oh, that's true. I could. Thank you. I could have done that for you. Sorry.
No. You okay?
Yep. I just like sound effects.
Look how mucky it is, guys.
Oh yeah, it's really mucky, but fortunately I got my little headlight on, literally headlight, and we're approaching this enormous castle. Oh, your light is wonderful. So you have a box light you're holding on in your hand?
Yeah, it's like
That's brilliant.
32 LED lights in it or something.
That's really smart for castle lighting in the dark.
Yes, it's handy. ready?
We're going in. Oh my gosh, you guys. And I am, okay, so we're standing at the base of this castle. And look how high it is up there. We're out in the country.
Okay, the signal
Look
is a
around,
bit dodgy,
and I'm
guys.
telling you, it's very
Today.
creepy. So, here we go.
We'll get on okay. So you can see
Some light.
Rhonda right above us is a murder hole.
Okay, so this is a murder hole. And we've just walked in the front of this archway. And as you walk through here, if you were here to invade the castle, above us, do you see the hole just above? Right here, see? That is a murder hole.
Hi,
And
guys.
the murder hole is where, if someone were,
You've seen Lacking Castle
breaking
so many
in,
times, but
they would dump
I
down
want to show you
hot
again.
oil, rocks, fire, anything to stop or kill whoever was trying to get in the castle. And here we are in the inside of the castle. Is that a fireplace and a hearth?
yeah,
Okay, so we're clearly in the basement right now.
Yeah.
Because here I am.
this is where the animals would have been kept.
Animals?
Yeah, because the heat would rise and heat the people up above.
Okay, got it. So they would have had the livestock and animals
So
in the basement.
technically,
area.
it is known as a castle, but it's a tower house.
It's a tower house castle.
Yes.
Okay. And then above us, way above us, like this is probably 20 feet up, is.
How's
you
the
can
camera
see
for you
that is
guys?
Actually, a hearth
You'll be alright.
up there. I'm shining the
Oh,
light
you
on
hurt?
my head because I have the headlight on.
Anthony
Anyway,
fell, I'm gonna
that
say
is
it,
a
look.
hearth, and that's probably the grave room, you know, because they would
Poor
put food in
Anthony.
there, they'd use it to stay warm, and then next to that.
Yeah, he just got his
So,
booster vaccine, so.
The beautiful arch.
Yeah,
window
that's a
next
doorway.
to- That's a doorway.
Yeah,
really
that's where the
tiny.
floor would have been.
So the floor would have been about right there,
Yeah.
or of course at the base of that fireplace. And,
Wait till you see upstairs.
oh, we're going upstairs. Oh my gosh, this is so exciting.
Okay, turn around this way and I'll show you.
Okay, so
there's
what is
more.
this little nook up there?
That's just part of a room. The floor would have come out, so it could have been like a toilet or
Yeah.
a guard room,
Yeah,
or it could have been where the musicians would have been. You know,
minstrels.
minstrels. Yeah,
Okay.
or they might have been up in the higher window, but we will be going up to that room as well.
And then these stones that are jutting out right here.
They're
that have been to
supports.
Support the floor.
Support the floor. Absolutely.
Okay, very good.
And these actually, we thought originally these were fireplaces. Actually, weren't. They're actually niches in the wall,
Yeah,
just to get warm, I suppose. And
probably
up.
to put the grain
But see,
and feed.
yes,
maybe
we
for the
think
livestock.
here there was a small fire because there is a hole
A
there.
little bit deeper.
But I think
yeah.
it was done maybe at a later
Yeah,
date.
you can see where that's been covered up back there.
Yes, that was a
There
window.
Definitely is
Yeah.
an area that's recessed back there that it probably was. It probably
Yes.
was a fireplace.
Oh, mighty cold.
It is cold, but I'm feeling
So
very
I'm gonna give
warm.
you the what everyone's thinking. What are you feeling, Rhonda?
I feel a lot of energy. I was just gonna say, even though I feel very warm, I am actually, I was trying to pan this way just to see if I could catch some energy around here because I can feel it. If you want me to just go ahead and really truly tell you, somebody is here.
Yeah, don't be afraid. Anything
Okay,
that
so
comes through.
someone's here.
Okay.
Person is here. He said his name is Gregor.
Gregor.
And he says, I minded the flock, he said. And he's over here, he doesn't have a lot of teeth. He's a very, very small looking man, but he says, I'm
Oh.
not frail. And he did take care of the animals in this area, he's telling me. And he actually lived with them. So he slept with them. And they were his family. He was by himself. I'm having a conversation with him right
Yeah,
now. I'm
go ahead,
asking him. So in my mind, I ask him questions, he answers, and then I tell you the answer. So I'm asking him in my mind, what was your family? He said, I didn't have any family. He said, the animals were my family.
Oh wow.
Is there anything you want to ask him? Because he's very present.
Well, if you could ask him maybe to make a noise somewhere in the castle or
Okay, to
something
make his
physical,
presence known?
make his presence known.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I asked him.
So he just loved
He's
his
a
animals.
friendly. He's a very friendly, warm person. He's kind.
People who are around animals a lot usually are, aren't they?
Yeah, and he's actually
Sorry if I'm blinding
he's very
you.
not at
Rhonda.
all. He is that's Paranormal Resident, everybody, and he is
Hi.
capturing.
I'm in my element.
Yes, you are. And so we're here. He is very
What was
shy,
that?
but I told him
What's that?
he's telling me that if we go upstairs, he might feel more comfortable to let us know
Yeah.
he's here.
I suppose we're
Because
in his area.
He said this is where he lived. He lived here. He ate here with them. He talked with them. They were his family. They were his children. He said
Oh.
they were his children. He thought of the animals as his children. And he said they kept
Hey.
me warm and I kept them fed. He just said.
Okay.
That's what he said, which I think is very loving.
How wonderful. And that is true. There would have been somebody taking care of the animals 24/7.
Yeah, he was here all the time.
Wow. Okay. Do you want to move
Let's do it.
forward?
Right.
Do you want me to go ahead so you have light to show?
If you don't mind,
Yeah.
yeah. And then,
Oh God, I hate going first. Okay. Right, so we'll go through here.
well, I'm here for you to fall on.
So this is what, yeah, this is what Cromwell did to this section of the castle.
Really?
Well, you can see the whole way through and the floors to give you a better idea.
Cromwell, if those of you who do not know, really has quite a horrid part in history in Ireland, just awful things. But this is part of his destructive work through here.
Sorry.
Busting out all that. Boy, it really
Yeah.
goes up high.
Cannon.
Yeah, he destroyed castles so they could never be used again.
But luckily, he didn't get all of this castle because they surrendered.
Well, and the energy's here. He can't destroy the energy.
No.
So
But luckily, there's a lot more castle to explore.
I am so excited. Let's do it.
Wait till you see the staircase. It's
I
very
am
spooky.
Very excited.
Very, very spooky.
Well, I'm really glad that Gregor made himself known because
That's awesome. And
I did
anything you feel,
energy
Rhonda.
here, and I was thinking, I hope
Now,
that it's
this
not.
is interesting.
Okay, so as
This
we see this
is-
hole in this wall
Is
here,
this a musket loop?
A musket hole, so you can
this is a
Yeah.
musket hole.
Yeah, for a gun. To protect.
Was created at
Yes.
the time. Okay, so they would have, so this,
Pointed their gun out.
but that would have been open
Yes,
right there?
yes.
So that would have been, so it's obviously been stoned up.
very small holes that side, but big this side, so you can maneuver.
Maneuver to angle the gun. Okay, very good.
Turn around.
Oh, you guys. Okay, we're going up the steps of
Can you see the chisel marks in the stone?
the chisel marks up there is just from having it hewn out by
Yeah.
hand.
And there's still plaster visible on the walls from the day.
And can you tell us how old is this castle?
Lackeen Castle is 15th century, but people argue it's 12th, 13th, but I believe it's 15th. It's
So
not
it'd be the 1400s.
1400s, medieval
Okay.
period.
Um, I feel like it 14th because I feel like if it was 11th or 12th, the steps would be different. So we're going up the steps here,
Yes,
and
There's a
I'm
little-
gonna show you where we were before.
gallery
Over
area.
here is where I channeled
We'd
the
come,
emperor who took care of the animals. And then over there, remember when I was standing below, way down there, I pointed to that hearth fireplace right there, and it would be kind of at our footpath level now.
okay.
And this would be, is this a defense window for
That's just a regular window, I'm pretty sure.
light and,
Yes.
and air circulation?
I'll show you the difference.
Okay.
And so we'll go in here.
Okay, so there's actually, what is this? Oh, this is the nook area.
This is a little nook.
Oh, wow. Okay, you guys, here we are going through this beautiful arched, hewn, it's actually hewn from the stone. It's actually a pretty small area here. And this little slit of a window, very tiny little slit of a
Yeah.
window with that, I mean, they didn't have it very big. Is it
It
because
could
it was
have been
cold?
used, yeah. Well,
Didn't want to
true.
let in too much cold
They
air?
didn't want to let in too much air, but I'm not sure. They don't have the arrow slits, but they could have been defensive. It doesn't necessarily mean that they didn't use every window for arrows.
The hole for the door bar is still here.
But I'm pretty sure this was a medieval
So
toilet.
the door bars for the joint on the castle would be
Yeah.
right through there, so that the iron gate, I'm sure, probably.
Yep.
Yeah, and the latch in there. And then we have these slits of windows, and we're up on the second story in this.
This is the third story now.
Oh, this is the third story where we are now. That's right, we came upstairs just even a little bit further. Hi guys, thanks for joining. I'm so glad you're here with me. We are in, which castle is this?
LACKEEN Castle in
LACKEEN
Tipperary.
Castle in Tipperary, Ireland, and 1400s.
I actually had a stone thrown at me in here.
Did you?
Yes.
By spirit?
Spirit.
Okay. Since I've been here, I have connected and channeled with a spirit. He calls himself Gregor, and he was downstairs when I was down below here on the very, very first floor. I'll shine my light down there, quite a ways down now.
Me too, Sinead, now.
My light's not bright enough for you to see, but he did
How are you
tell
guys
me that when I
doing?
went upstairs, he
I'm sorry I'm late.
would be open to making his presence known. So hopefully he will show you guys that he's here. I felt something right here.
You can feel something?
Yeah, I feel something's right here. Something is right here, something's
Well,
here.
something could have been watching us as we walked in. They could be standing there.
Well, I feel that it's, I think it's friendly.
Friendly?
It is friendly, and something is there. So when I was connecting with the energy of Gregor, he said that he took care of the animals that were below, like would be considered on the basement floor of the castle. And he said he fed them and they kept him warm and they were his family. I asked him, where did your family live? He goes, this is my family. I lived here with them. So he considered them his children, he said to me.
She's very good.
I did ask him if he'd be comfortable could he please make himself known? He said, well, maybe I will. He's very shy, he says, but he says that if we go upstairs, he might.
We always
feel
say
more
that about the
comfortable.
spirits here, that they're quite shy. They
He's
need a bit
very
of
shy.
coax, and so do they.
And he's just a sweetheart. Like I can feel his energy very, very strong. I almost feel like I'm actually standing.
The next room.
I actually feel like I'm standing where he's
Yeah,
standing.
I think he was watching us. I felt like someone was watching us as we walked in.
Mm.
And maybe he was just like, ooh, who's that? I'll go down and say hello.
Yeah, and he did. Yes, he did.
You know?
Like
And
I am warm. It is very, very
Mhm.
cold. The chill factor now, I would say, we're definitely at minus something, 0 to
Yeah.
-2. I would
-2,
say
yeah.
degrees Celsius. I'll let you lead the way, and I'll
Okay.
stand to the side. That's the door where we first came in, and we're on the level 3.
Now, just be very mindful of how deep steps can be. One second.
Absolutely.
A friend of mine nearly broke his ankle there one
Oh
day.
dear, no. Proceeding with caution.
Now, we're going to lead up into the spiral. That's so
Oh, I
awesome,
just
Anne.
by accident.
You're going to
Okay.
be a man
And then
again.
those are the long steps that we walked up, and then they lead up even higher,
Into
which
a
is where we're
spiral.
going to be going. This very narrow and tight spiral staircase, and it is each step. It looks like each step is individually hewn,
Yep.
right, and wedged.
These are so perfectly done that if
And then there's
one
another slit.
one step was out of place by even a millimeter, the whole thing would collapse.
Right. So this is
So-
actually supporting.
Every step
And
is
you can
carved
see.
so perfectly that it's still holding since medieval times. But if
Even
one,
the original plaster is here.
if they
still.
fucked up one, sorry for cursing, but if they messed up one step, the whole thing would come down.
Like a house of cards.
Yeah,
And you can actually see the divots from
all
where
the
it was
centuries of
hewn.
walking.
It was just like hewn out. You know, each chiseled hours
If you look
and hours and
above your
hours.
Rhonda, you can see the plaster still in place and the kind of the spiral itself.
Yes. see the spiral above us as it still goes up. So we're going to be
Now
going
this,
up quite a
um,
ways, I think.
Black paint.
Yes.
This black paint, we don't know where it came from, but I did some research and seemingly it's a witch's mark
Okay.
to protect from evil. And I'm not sure about that. It could be just somebody being disrespectful.
Well, I don't know. Let's see. Hold on. When you said witch's mark to protect from evil, something resonated in me.
Okay.
So I think that actually is accurate. I would have to say my opinion is that is correct.
Okay. It is very unusual where it is.
Yeah.
Who brings black paint into a castle?
Continues up there. Yeah,
And it's nowhere else.
It's not like it's vandalism or anything. And I
Yeah.
do, if you look at it, it looks like it was slapped on there with like twigs or something.
It does, because look
You know,
here. Yeah.
You can even see
It was totally.
Yeah.
And you might find as you're walking up, you could see some etchings in the wall from like the 1940s and
Wow,
1920s.
yes.
So
Okay, so
I'm interested to see what you think of this room, Rhonda.
Okay, so we're gonna.
Because this one,
Which would be.
Sorry, guys.
Coming in and that sort of thing.
it's just that room in particular. I am back.
This actually is quite
So let me know if you can hear and see me okay.
of the two-door
I'm going to sit out here.
arch. And this is
My bad.
probably the toilet, right?
We don't actually know.
Well, there is a grate on there.
Yeah.
But that's probably for safety.
Safety so you don't fall through. And we don't actually know what's down there. It looks like almost steps, maybe. So comment in, guys, if you can see and hear me okay. Just give me a yes. I'm back. Okay, thanks so much, Sinead.
So let me just kind of come this way and then face over here. I want to just see what's over here.
Thanks, Anne. I love you. I'm so bad. My views are so low.
It's so dark over here.
I love you, Sinead.
Could this couldn't be soot, could it? Do you think it could be soot from a fire burning? Or there's energy there.
Right at the back wall.
Yeah, there's a lot of energy here.
So I will tell you that there has been a lot of activity reported in this room. A lot of scary of running out of the room.
Well,
It's people sensing things, maybe?
then say that again.
Could it be
Because-
people sensing things that they didn't like and they feel like they need to get out? Because no one has actually seen anything, but they have an awful feeling. And again, it could be just the fact that they're creeped out because they're in a creepy castle.
You know, a lot of times I find that when you feel energy, it is very disruptive to
Yeah.
our normal.
Especially, I suppose, if you deal with anxiety and things like that, it can be even more so.
Right, and it doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad. It's just that we feel it, you know, and so feeling it
Thank you,
doesn't
Anne.
always mean that
So
that's something ominous or
Anne
bad.
says there's lots of residual energy in this room. So not like a permanent energy, which
Right.
would kind of link into you. You're not really picking up on a single
No,
person, or
yeah, exactly.
you're just kind of feeling there's something happened, but you're not quite sure.
Exactly, and you can,
Okay.
and it is definitely very present. There's definitely energy here. There's no question about it.
Okay. I think I find the psychology interesting that when you're in an enclosed room,
My hand fits on here perfectly.
stop it.
My hand fits on the witch's mark, absolutely.
Oh my God, it does.
Perfectly. That is amazing. Yeah, let's see if I can pull something from that. That's a perfect match to my hand.
Even if you get a picture in your head, or just even if it's bizarre, say
I
it.
definitely can. It's a woman.
A woman,
It's
okay.
a woman.
They're
It's
saying
a
hello,
woman, and
Anthony.
She did come here to put protection. I think something very bad happened, not just one, but several.
I don't
bad
know
things
if I'll have
happened
time,
in here.
Sinead,
And I believe that,
because
this is all done
we're heading up to the north soon.
to lift, for protection, really, to bring good energy and protection.
So she wanted
from
to
the bad
protect this
things.
place.
Mhm. Because you can kind of see in there the witch's marks there for protection. there's definitely was a protection ritual. No question about it. And that area back there, Kira, like, there, that was either witch's energy, because there's just something there. And it doesn't feel like, I mean, it does.
Also gonna be doing a
little
spirit
bit,
box, guys.
So I don't know, I mean, it could be soot, but I don't think so. What do you think? I don't think it's soot at all.
No.
Yeah, I don't think it's soot. I think it had to do, I really do think it had to do with something like this ritual.
I believe this was a sleeping chamber,
Yeah,
so maybe
I'm being told
Pe-
someone was locked in here.
locked in here.
Yeah, I'm being told, okay, so I've got her here.
Well, that would explain trying to people wanting to get out.
She's saying her name, it's Marghot. Is that a thing? Is that a name that you know? Margot? Margot?
Marjorie or Marge or like Margot.
Margot. She has a, she's using-
Okay.
Anyway, she's saying that in here, there was a young woman who was very beautiful. She's showing me somebody with very long blonde hair. And she was held here captive and prisoner because whoever she fell in love with the wrong person.
Okay.
And so she was not allowed to, wasn't allowed to have access to her. She wasn't allowed to have access to him. And she ended up killing herself in this room.
Oh, there we go.
That's what happened.
Another medium is after saying she picked up a female in here also.
Okay. Yeah, so there's two energies of two women in here. The first one would be that young, beautiful, she calls her a princess, but I think she means like.
She would have been nobility, a chieftain's daughter.
Yes,
Fell in love
she
with the
was-
wrong lower class person maybe,
Yes.
and he locked her away so they wouldn't see each other.
Yes, and she did not die of grief, she keeps telling me, the.
Maybe she wouldn't refuse to
And,
stop loving him.
that did happen over there. I'm asking her how she died,
Mm-hmm.
and she said she bludgeoned herself to death
Oh,
over there.
okay.
So she impaled her head continually until she died over there.
Okay.
That's what she's telling me. And so the energy of the witch that I'm channeling here, who put her mark right there, would actually,
I'm not happy
in a
with my
crazy
back
way,
to the
actually
staircase.
fit in my own hand.
Oh,
And this
I'm getting nervous.
is something. There's something about that right there.
So guys, if you could share the video onto your social media, that would be awesome.
I want to touch it with my own hands.
Okay.
It's a soft, there's something soft in there. I believe it's charcoal. It's something. It's like I don't know what it is, but yeah, the energy I'm channeling, that's what she said happened right over there. Yeah, her death occurred there. She killed herself.
No, and please do, because it reaffirms what Rhonda's saying. And it's helpful, like, you know, I'm open to everything. And, you know, I believe in both ears. But Rhonda she's surprised me a lot. She scares me sometimes.
Why do I scare you?
Because she'll say something like, what? It's like you just, you know things, and I wonder what goes on in your little head.
Well, it's pretty empty.
Well, me too.
I have to make room in there, so there's room for all the visitors that come in, so I keep my head pretty empty.
Anthony, they're all saying hello to you, so if you want to say hi.
Hi guys.
And then, I haven't been filming you because I didn't ask you permission. You want to say hi? No?
No.
Okay.
No.
Who is here? Who is
He's live on my YouTube channel.
He is refusing to be social on my channel. However, he's being social on someone else's whatever channel.
I have him screaming on my channel. I have you screaming on my
No,
channel.
he shouldn't be. I'm gonna do this. You can't see him. We're gonna do the paparazzi thing.
Oh, and you always scare me. And you're creepily accurate, and that's one thing. Rhonda is kind of more learning,
I guess this is
but you are creepily like,
the wall.
oh shit, Anne said that like 2 weeks ago, and look what happened. Do you know that type of way?
Would you mind holding this for just a sec so I can put my other glove back on?
It is Baltic. -3.
It's
-4.
-3 degrees Celsius
Yeah.
right now.
Do you want to go up to the chapel?
I do.
Now this is a big open room,
So we're
okay?
on the 4th floor, and then we're going to go.
5th and then 6th.
So we're going to be really careful as we go through
You
these
see this black paint as well.
very steep hewn
More here, which is done
steps.
purposely.
Yes, that was all purposefully done, for sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 of them. And another narrow, and the brisk wind that's just piercing through that
There's
slit
somebody-
from the window.
Donnelly from 1969. There's some from the 70s and 40s. And there's another murder hole here.
Another murder hole.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you were lucky enough to get up this far, your demise would have been met fairly sharpish.
Yes, so a murder hole, I'll explain to you again, is
guys,
this
I'm
part
gonna
of
set
the
you up.
defense of the castle. If someone came here,
So
it
we
would've been
can,
relevant.
you can actually see me walking around instead of me
With,
holding the
yeah,
camera, you know?
boiling oil
I think it'd be a bit
from
good
up
for you
there to
guys
help protect the
to
castle.
see.
I'm going to step out, and this is, wow, what area? This is the chapel?
This is the chapel,
So this
closer to
area
God.
this is a very, very big room. And is this above, where would this be then?
So do you know when we were in the Grey Hall and
Yes.
there was, you looked up
Uh-huh.
and it was the roof? That's
Uh-huh.
right beneath us. So there's a little, it's very hard to
It jogs
it's like
over
a
little
jigsaw.
bit. It
It's-
really
yeah.
does, because it's like almost this,
Like you'd never
how did we
expect
get
this to
here?
be here.
Like there was no roof above us. How
Yeah.
are we above it? That's insane. This is just craziness. So, oh wow, is that your light creating that? It's definitely not
Oh
mine.
wow, look at the moon, guys.
And I believe.
And the North
So
Star.
what is today's date? The 6th? So we're still having the effects of the eclipse, which is actually very, very powerful eclipse.
Views. Oh, that wind.
And I don't know if you can see the slit of the moon there.
Your camera's very good.
Very, very, very good.
Oh, last little Dave, David. Oh my
Although
God.
it is cold, it's amazing how much more warm it is when you're within the stone walls.
Yes.
And then we've got,
So you can see some of the Gothic archways here. So they would have had their celebrations up here. They would have had like christenings and marriages and feasts. The kings and, well, chiefs and chieftains and chieftesses.
beautiful Tudor.
And you can imagine what the roof would look like.
And then even in here, there's a niche beside the window. Who knows, maybe, well, you know, I guess for maybe holy
Storage, I
sacrifices
suppose.
or statues. Holy sacraments and statues,
Yes.
and et cetera. Because they used this room for a chapel as well.
The priest would have been
The
there.
priest would have had
So
his,
in Leap Castle, the chapel at the top of the castle also, in Dees Tower House, chapel was always at the top. But the priest was killed up here, and this composition, he would have been standing like there. But that's in Leap Castle, one of Ireland's most haunted castles. And this is a haunted castle in Ireland. It's known as a
Yes,
haunted
it's
castle
a known haunted castle here.
by a puka,
By a puka,
a shape-shifting fairy.
a shape-shifting
Puka
fairy.
just means ghost in Irish, but it's a
Okay.
shape-shifting fairy that appears to people as a black knight.
Appears as a black knight.
Or he can appear in hideous forms
Look at
also.
the structure of this, how it fans out.
Yeah. Would you like to see an oubliette?
I would like to see an oubliette.
So
I'd like to learn what
follow
an
me.
oubliette is.
Well, it's a bit darker, so I just warn you with your energy going in.
Okay,
An oubliette means in French to be forgotten.
okay,
You were thrown down there,
okay,
forgotten. You starved to death, just died.
okay.
But you were alive.
So it's like a whole
Oh,
being put in
Being
there to
thrown,
die.
and most of the time there were spikes at the wooden spikes at the bottom. You
I
could have been
see.
impaled, but you would survive and die from the
die,
infection and
yes.
starvation.
Very, very, very.
So anybody they captured. Now,
So we're
I
about-
don't know.
Are we about 4 stories or 5 stories up now?
We are. I think we're about 4, 5.
Probably 4.
4. Now, there is a bit of debate. Either this could be the garderobe, but I'm pretty sure the garderobe is down here, and because I searched where the chute shuts out. So down here we can't get down because it's too dangerous. There's actually a hole down there, but that would have been the medieval toilet. Okay, so in this room here, and I'll show you on the way in. I hate this in here, but this is an actual arrow slit, a really good example.
Okay, so this is a defensive.
See where the hole is at the
Okay.
bottom? They would have
Yes.
laid their arrow and, shut out.
Yeah, for defense.
Do you like that
then.
shooting noise?
I like the shooting noise. Sound effects are everything. Okay, so we're headed towards the oubliette, which would have been right down here. Basically, a torture chamber of death. You would be cast down here to die. A very slow, painful death. So he said there would be oftentimes spikes down there, and you'd be impaled and die a very miserable, painful, horrible death. Not, no food or help or anything given to you. And then I would imagine that there's probably dead bodies around you as well.
There would have been, and they would have had to hear the chieftains and everyone eating, smell the food, hear them dancing and drinking and celebrating as they were dying.
Because this little room here where we are, you guys, the oubliette.
It's very
Am
narrow.
I pronouncing it correctly?
Oubliette.
Oubliette. The oubliette, which would be right there where all the horrible deaths and murder occurred, is literally right around the corner from the main chapel and like the living space, really. I mean, there is no fireplace or hearth that I can see in here, so.
It would have been in the middle of the floor, right, but this has all been
okay.
cemented over. But from what I can tell and drawings I've seen of medieval like architecture and stuff like that, the chimney would have been in the middle of the floor, or there's one possible chimney here. But it could be just damage from the castle, but we can see here, I'm not sure what the hell that is, but it does look like a medieval chimney.
Yeah, it does look like
But see, what doesn't
It
make
does look
sense
like a
for me
chimney,
is
it really
why would there
does.
be a window in front of a fire? It would make no sense because all the smoke would blow in. And the glass would break. You know what I mean? That's why I'm just I don't see why you would have a window there.
Well, the oubliette is down there.
It is.
So that might have been another access point to the oubliette, and maybe that
Yeah.
floor was opened up.
Or it could have been an escape hatch to get up to the roof in case there was an attack. It does look, they were quite small.
It is human size, though. I mean, it continues to be.
It's unusual, isn't it?
I mean, and you could scale that.
You could,
You
yeah.
could. You could scale that and get up there to escape.
How are you feeling?
Gregor he keeps talking. He keeps saying that the wailing.
Well, regardless of the spirits, how are you feeling?
I feel great. I'm just taking in what I feel around me.
And you think you like this castle? You think it's pretty cool?
I think it's extremely cool, and you just have to look at history not in the way of what
taught.
bad things happened. You have to look
Absolutely.
that history is history. Period.
Do you like me a cigarette?
And good and things, bad things happen all together simultaneously.
So as an American, just for like my Irish audience and stuff
Yes.
like that, how do you feel about Tipperary and what you've witnessed so far, and how you feel being here? Do you think
I
it's
feel like I feel very I do, oddly enough, feel a real connection.
You feel a real connection.
I do
So
feel a
many
real
Americans do say that. But I want to know, like, is this something you've always, is it what you dreamed of, Ireland?
It's far more tangible than I ever dreamed it could be.
Okay.
And I just never imagined how organically attainable the energy is here.
Okay.
I mean, literally, when I am at a place, yes, I'm a psychic medium. But I believe that even if you weren't a psychic medium, I think that you would feel the energy of the good and the bad, or just the bad.
Yes.
You know, you'd be able to feel this very tangible feeling
Mm.
of energy around me.
And does it live up to, say, the Americans' view of
I
Ireland?
would say that it's far richer than what I expected.
Okay. Very cool.
Definitely richer. And also, I have to say, it's been a real thick, beautiful frosting layer to
And-
have you with me,
Oh,
to be
God.
able to really share the history and the knowledge of beautiful Tipperary.
And
the
one thing
different
my
places.
Irish followers will always say, the Americans always say how green Ireland is, the Emerald Isle. Do you agree it's greener than a lot of places? Or
I've never been to a place that's been this green ever. in
you
my
were saying
life.
earlier that the
Never.
shade of green.
The shade of green that
is
I was
different.
filming didn't touch the green that I could see with my eyes.
Right.
And even the lush, spongy, lush support
Yeah,
of the green.
it's
that
like a
I'm
cushion
stepping
walking on like a mattress.
It really was. It was like walking on a thick green mattress that's like has an undercoating of clover
Mm.
underneath the grass.
I'm only asking these questions because, as for like people watching back, my Irish people, they're so proud of it and they love hearing like what other people think of Ireland. You know I love
at least
hearing.
this part. I mean, we've got a lot of Ireland to look at.
Yeah, we've only been here 2 days.
And to be honest, I mean, Tipperary has blown my mind because I did not expect this much history.
It's
to
just
present
scattered
itself.
everywhere, and we haven't traveled far. We have not even traveled a
No,
half an hour
it's,
away from your hotel,
Yeah, literally, I'm a half an hour from my hotel.
Yeah.
And it's been
and we've seen some cool places.
very,
so far.
very, 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 very cool places, and so old.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Rhonda.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sorry for drilling you.
No,
Get back to your life. Sorry.
No, I think that everybody else wants to hear too. So, yeah, this is like when we first entered the castle, this was the window up above that we saw, which had this beautiful, it almost appears to be a fleur-de-lis, but I know it's not.
What are they called again?
It's a hut.
Quatrephile.
Quatrephile.
Gothic architecture.
It's kind of like a four-leaf clover, really, with a little bit of a Tudor cut on top. And then these two little windows coming down. Just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
Quatrephile.
Thanks so
Foil.
much, guys. I'm going to say goodbye for
Well,
this.
there's another bit you can show them.
Is there more
So I'm going to bring you up to the battlements.
to the
This way.
battlement?
There's a doorway
Oh,
right
my
here.
goodness. There's just so much here to be seen. You don't go up there?
I don't like it up here.
Neither one of them like it up here, but
Now it's very narrow.
Kieran is gonna
fat
definitely
ass.
take me because he loves me.
Yes.
But, yeah, there is a definite difference in size here.
So this would be for the security of the castle,
This is the battlement.
where the guards would have been.
Where the guards would have been. These are steep and very narrow steps that I'm scaling.
And at the moment, we're at the very top
And it
of the
actually
castle.
begins turning, and they get even more narrow. Another narrow window I would say definitely for defense, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. And then even up here, where most of the household never cave, they still took care to provide this beautiful
Oh, absolutely.
archway.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my gosh, this is intense up here.
It takes your breath away. The
Yeah,
stairs
this
as
is-
well.
This is intense.
Yeah. You can
And
imagine.
This faces the front.
So I just got a comment by Anne. This room gives her a headache. Just as you said that.
Really? Yeah, it's very, very, very intense. Very intense. And there are many, many holes in the wall, I suppose, for light.
Pigeons.
Or for pigeons?
Pigeons.
Oh, for carrier pigeons.
Yes.
To send messages.
And funnily enough, they still nest.
And they still do nest here. Look at that. Yeah, for sending messages. Important messages back and forth. So this is where the soldiers were.
Yeah, and we can't see because it's night time. Obviously, we want to bring you to a castle at night, but from here you can see miles around.
Wow.
Okay, so
Well, that makes sense that they would need to see.
And if you want to sit there, and I'll tell you a few ghost stories for your Instagram.
I
if you
would
would like.
love to hear some ghost stories.
So sit down on the
I
medieval
will.
toilet.
I'm going to sit down on the medieval toilet, you guys. Hey, it's a room with a view.
Might be a bit chilly. I'm sorry.
We're going to hear some amazing ghost stories.
Okay. So LACKEEN Castle is haunted by the Lady of LACKEEN. So the Lady of LACKEEN hates ghost hunters, okay?
Mhm.
And there is a story from the early 1900s when a group of ghost hunters came here looking for the Lady of LACKEEN Castle. To the surprise of them, they found her. But upon seeing her, all three of them were turned to stone.
When was this proposed?
Early 1900s.
Oh, dear.
Okay?
Like, yes.
This is ghost stories, fairy tales, whatever.
I'll
But
take it.
they were all turned to stone, and their 3 stone heads are still visible in the stream next to the castle, and they are actually there. And I'll send Rhonda a picture of the 3 heads that are in that stream in particular. So she set to haunt the castle. I believe I captured the Lady of LACKEEN behind my shoulder in one of my videos. You can see it on my YouTube channel. If you search Paranormal Resident LACKEEN Castle, you'll see an arrow pointing at this apparition. I believe I captured behind me. I didn't see it at the beginning, and my followers pointed it out to me.
Mm-hmm.
So there's also the story of the Puka of LACKEEN Castle. So the chieftain at the time was approached by a hag, and the hag was asking for food or charity, basically. But unfortunately, the chieftain, in his arrogance, told her to get away from him. I don't deal with people like you, blah, blah, blah. So she cursed him, and a puka appeared. Okay.
And tell us what a puka is.
So a
Break that down.
puka means ghost in
Ghost.
Irish,
Okay.
but it's an Irish shape-shifting fairy.
Okay.
So it can take many different forms, and it's a powerful, powerful entity. Some would call it an elemental. They are supposed to come with an awful stench of rotting flesh before they are seen. And so this puka appeared, but the chieftain in his arrogance captured the puka and kept it within the castle that we are in now. So he captured this puka and captured it. His servants begged him day and night to release the puka. It is causing so much trouble within the castle. We need to get rid of this puka. He wouldn't. So the puka said, "By hell, if you do not release me, chieftain, I will burn this castle to the ground." So in his arrogance, again, the chieftain was like, "I'm a powerful chieftain in Ireland. I am not dealing with you, puka, you petulant being." And the puka burnt down the castle. And that is what is said to killed the Lady of LACKEEN Castle. So when the castle was set aflame, it was said the spirit of the Lady of LACKEEN shot up through the ceiling, and her spirit landed in the stream beside us. So that's why she doesn't like ghosts, because Puka is a ghost, and she doesn't like ghost hunters because she's afraid she'll die again. So she haunts here. There has been reported sightings of a woman in a cardigan, early 1900s woman.
That's very recent.
Yeah, and she's been seen also in the ground floor. There was a man living here in maybe 1940s, 1950s by himself as well. He's said to be seen, and there's a story of what was it? It's the farmhouse connected to this. It's an incredibly creepy abandoned farmhouse connected to it, and the owner of that I think has seen stuff as well here. There's been a lot of things witnessed. I know paranormal investigators have come here and they've seen things using smoke. They've seen shadows and apparitions. So yeah. Now, they mightn't be 1000% accurate, but from what I remember, so don't come at me.
I think that was a perfect.
I'm sorry, probably
I-
freezing to.
I-
Okay.
Why?
Oh, there's a towel there. Who needed a towel? Actually, one time I came here and we caught two teenagers. And when we arrived inside the castle, they were running out in shame. And you can imagine what we found.
Love makes the world go round.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Wow. That's
Ooh, this is
drinking and carousing up here, I think.
another story. The last Irish chieftain of Ireland, only in the last year and a half, 2 years, he wrote on the wall a poem, and it's the last message from a chieftain in Ireland, and it's still visible, but it's in a part of the castle we can't access. And it says, "Oh, what a folly, times have changed so much. It's when the chieftains all lost their power and England invaded."
And was that during the 1800s? Or?
This would have been 16, 1700s.
Oh, 16.
Yeah, so there
No,
was still chieftains around.
And now we're going to be very, very carefully going back this very, very, very. And I'm going to stay really close here.
Did you feel anything down
I
there?
feel really, really secure in my steps. And I also have my hand on the wall,
My stupid
supporting myself on both sides.
husky shoulders. I can't even fit down it.
Yeah, I'm actually bracing myself with each step. I feel secure and safe. And I can't help but notice this one feather on the step there. Just a single feather. I mean, I know birds come and go, but that's significant. I do.
Oh my goodness.
So we're going down this very, very, very narrow hewn staircase, steps going back down to what would be this big great room that we were in before. And the, remind me how to pronounce the
Oubliette.
oubliette is over that way, which we don't need to go there again. A lot of very, very, very traumatic deaths happen there.
There's another staircase leading up there to battlements as well.
So this staircase that we had access, actually, it leads up to which area?
Battlements and
The battlements.
yeah,
So different
guard
battlements.
places. Would it be?
It would be a different battlement. Though,
Yeah.
Right?
So there would have been like along the edge of the castle here, like running along to make sure nobody was coming from afar, so they could send a warning to the people within the castle.
Yes, the lookout.
But, are you too cold to try a spirit box?
No, not at all. Let's do it. I want.
Do you want to just try it for a few minutes?
I do. I want to try Spirit Box. Now, for those of my listeners who do not know what Spirit Box is, I would love for you to. Can you please briefly state what Spirit Box is?
I will indeed. Okay, I'm a mess, but anyway. So this is a spirit box here, and it's basically radio frequencies that move really fast, and the spirits are supposed to be able to use them frequencies to use their voice so we can hear them.
To communicate.
Yes.
Maybe Gregor will come through.
He could. So we're looking for any tangible voices that come true. Some could be radio coming through, but it's fast enough that we'll know the difference. So give me 2 seconds till I set this up a bit.
This is open sky above us.
It's not working.
There's no, obviously no roof up there. And Anthony, would that have been slate roofing?
Currently, farmer who owns the house, it's very unique to get walls like castle like this still remaining.
Uh-huh.
The roof is knocked down. See the triangle.
Yes.
You can even see the line there. The roof would have been.
Yes. Yeah, I see that. See, it's almost scary.
I might do.
Outside edge.
Figure it out.
Oh. Do you need light?
Let's see. Why aren't you turning on? It's completely drained. I just charged it.
Trying to get the spirit box up and running.
Just like no noise coming from my spirit box either.
Hi, Eamon. Thanks for joining.
Isn't that
We're
weird?
up on the top of the castle right now. Trying to turn on the spirit box, and
It is not. It's not even working.
not cooperating.
Isn't that
I
weird?
wonder what's going on with it. Huh. So this is the speaker that comes with
Yeah.
it. Yeah, so I can't seem to get the spirit box on.
Well, I can try
Hi guys.
some necrophonic anyway.
So the spirit box is not cooperating. But I wanted to say hi.
Oh no, it's not working. That's bizarre. Okay, we'll try some necrophonic. I do have necrophonic. So there's a voice there.
I just heard something, yeah.
It's been temperamental, isn't it?
So the sound comes from here.
Some technical difficulties. I think you guys prefer necrophonic anyway. So Necrophonic is an app. It kind of uses the environment around us to communicate with spirits. It's very creepy, and we're looking for words that relate to us. So I'm going to try and get it to say your name, Rhonda. I'm going to try and get it to say all of our names and things like that.
It would
It's
be
just
nice if it would say Gregor.
Gregor. Oh yes,
Gregor would be nice. Or the Margot.
Margot. Yes. Sorry guys, you can't even see
So we're
me.
going to use Necrophonic to connect and try to capture some paranormal communication. Some paranormal behavior.
Paranormal behavior, yes. It's just downloading. No, my followers are used to this.
You know what's-
Sorry.
I brought a second phone. I should actually download that as well.
Yeah, it is very good. And GhostTube and SLS.
GhostTube
Just
is also an app.
Usually I have it on
wow.
I have it on my own phone, but I can't
Obviously,
while I'm
because
live.
you're live.
Yeah.
So weird.
And this app tends to turn on by itself when you don't want it to.
Ooh.
So I'm sure that's
Yeah.
why Anthony has it uninstalled. Okay, 99%, 99%.
What did it say?
I don't have spirit talker on me, I'm afraid.
Really badly.
It's probably your grandmother's like, you will talk to me, young man.
She leaves little signs.
So we're going to start the microphone.
Okay, so I'm calling out to the spirits of LACKEEN Castle. Did I say Gregor? Really quick. Okay, I don't know, maybe not. If there's any spirits here, I want you to say the name Rhonda. Can you say my name? Can you say Kieran? Show me. Okay, you were talking to Rhonda. Can you give Rhonda a sign that you're really here? Maybe say the name of somebody who's passed that might be with her. Do you know a Paul? No.
My dad. That's not my dad's name, but I would like him to say my dad's name.
Could you say Rhonda's dad's name, please? Oh.
That was my dad.
No.
That was my dad's dad.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he had a deep voice. That was him. Daddy, can you tell me anything I need to know about this place?
How many spirits are around Rhonda right now? How many?
Dozens.
Is Rhonda's father here with us? Where is Rhonda from? I think they're speaking Irish. It's still him. Can you say Anthony? Hello. Is the woman who was locked in the room here? Yes. Okay.
Was I correct when I channeled that you bludgeoned yourself to death?
In the corner. But a man said that.
Probably her sweetheart.
Who was the name of the clan that owned this castle? Okay, I want you to try once more. I want you to say Rhonda for me. Can you say Rhonda? Okay, Rhonda, you have a few spirits around. There's different voices coming out. Oh, who is that?
That was my dad again. She's checked.
Are you always with Rhonda? I thought I heard courage. If there's any spirit here, can you tell me how you died? It's amazing. Okay, there seems to be a lot of spirits in the room with us. Every time I talk, that man comes through and I can't hear what he's saying. It sounds like your dad's voice.
Yeah, it is my dad's voice. Daddy?
It's him. Beside you. It's him beside you.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Daddy?
Well, another person said it, but they're trying to tell us.
Daddy, tell me what you were proud of doing in your life. Tell me what you were proud of. Were you proud of being in the Navy? When he appears to me, he's always
Would he be
wearing
the
his
type-
Navy
I can
uniform.
feel him. I'm not that psychic.
Go ahead.
But he's too polite. He's letting everybody go in front of him.
Well, he's never one to push himself forward. But when he's had enough, he will come forward and say what he needs to
but
say.
he's letting them all run up in front of him
Well,
and saying,
he-
"Okay, you have your moment." You
Right. I think that
know, he's very polite.
everybody always liked him.
Okay, I want all the spirits to push back a bit. We want to communicate with Rhonda's dad.
Yeah.
Because for me, that's more evidential. Where is Rhonda's father standing? Treasure. There was the treasure found here, the missile.
Daddy, is there something that you want to tell me? Is there anything I need to know?
There is something. Deal. The need. I just heard call me asshole, but that doesn't make any sense. Was he a joker?
He was a joker, but he never played practical jokes.
Never played practical jokes.
No. I mean, have a good laugh at people, but never practically joke. He loved to smoke.
A light. Does he need a light? Do you need a light? I have one if you want one. Would you like a cigarette?
He would love a cigarette, actually.
Yep.
You'd love to.
You'd like a cigarette.
I miss the smell of your pipe too, Daddy. I actually started smoking a pipe because of you.
Okay, I heard something very strange there. A car engine or an engine? Do you like engines or?
Yeah, he likes the car I have now, I think.
Yeah, he was.
Because I got a car made by GMC, and I told him I think I need to get a GMC.
Is that right? Do you like Rhonda's car? Exciting. Are you always wish Rhonda? Yes. That's brilliant. That's amazing.
I love you so much, Daddy. I think I talk to you all the time, all day long.
Do you wish you could show Rhonda more evidence, but you're finding it hard? Honey? It's one thing, I always do this thing where I communicate with this people's relatives, and I find it so interesting because it's more evidential for me than, say, a ghost story here.
Sure.
But what I want to know is, everyone says to me, he doesn't talk to me as much as you should, or she doesn't talk to me as much as you should, and I don't feel him all the time.
Oh,
I know you're
do,
spiritual,
yeah,
and you would feel him.
yeah.
But would you sometimes wish there was a bigger sign for you, like you want to see him maybe?
I'd like to see him more often. He hasn't showed me himself as much as I would like to see him. However, the last time that he physically made an apparition of himself, he did scare me to fucking death because I was sleeping and I looked up and he wasn't transparent. He showed himself in solid form, and he was wearing. I got really scared because the man was like maybe 20 years old in his sailor uniform with a white T-shirt and the double flange buttoned sailor trousers, navy trousers. He was very in love with his team, the Dallas Cowboys. So those are my two signs from him. Anything to do with the Navy or the Dallas Cowboys. And so when I woke up and I saw this man literally standing beside my bed, I had a panic attack because I thought, oh my God, a man is standing. Because I didn't think it was a ghost or an apparition because he was solid. I couldn't see through him, and normally I can see through energy. And then I looked, and then I realized I felt the energy. Do I need to be afraid of anything? And then I realized, no, I don't need to be afraid because it is actually my daddy here. And then he looked at me, he smiled, and stayed there until I fell asleep again. And then that's the last time I saw him. I would love it if he would, show himself more. But he talks to me all the time.
He's quite serious as well, I think.
Yeah. He's not a jokester.
He's very I'm not psychic. I don't know what but everybody says I am. But
I think that you're highly intuitive, and you could definitely be psychic more if you practiced it.
I don't think he thinks you're a wild child. Spitfire. He knows you're wild. He doesn't know what to make of me just yet. I don't know if he's very comfortable with.
I think that
old-fashioned view, maybe.
I think he's very, very old-fashioned, and I think that he's the kind of man who opened doors, paid the bill, made sure I was safe, make sure I was protected. I remember when I was 13 years old, he had a talk with me and told me, if you ever decide to get married, you can always change your mind, walk and leave. It doesn't matter if the church is full. You can leave. You can do anything you want. And he did die when I was 16 years old, but he never left me.
I'm so sorry. That's so young.
I think that he died. I mean, it was his sole contract. He couldn't help it.
So
he was my closest person in my life.
I keep hearing he doesn't want to be here. He doesn't like what's happening in the world now. He hates it.
But I think he needed to be on the other side because he needed to be there for me to help me at a level he couldn't help me if he was in physical form.
Interesting.
Yeah, he'd have more power. He'd have more power in spirit world than he would in physical world to make things happen. But I would love to.
I had no idea you're only 16. That's tough.
Yeah.
Wow.
He died.
I'm sorry for getting
16.
personal on you.
No. Life is personal. Life is personal. Is the Necrophonic on?
Yeah. The monster hasn't. Four. So we have a few Irish spirits here. Even one of our spirits, my spirit, Anthony's spirit, Rhonda's spirits, they're all here together. They're probably meeting for the first time together.
Yes.
And they're getting to know each other. Can you say anything about how they feel about meeting? Come on. Where do you want us to go? The energy changed a bit, didn't
Yeah,
it?
it did.
Puka. I heard Puka. Mental. Ouch. Somebody wants to say. Do you want us to leave?
Yes, it says yes.
Why? There's a woman that's telling us to come, and there's a man telling us to leave.
Gregor, are you here?
down here. That's Irish.
Gregor, when you lived in the castle, what did you do?
Guess.
Tell me what you did, Gregor.
The woman keeps saying, that's a cute one.
Cow.
That sounds like your voice.
You said cow. It's me.
Dad. Someone said fuck. You hold that for a second.
I'm holding on to the necrophonic, and it picks up vibrations at a different frequency of energies.
I'm on a cigarette break, guys, so Rhonda's taking over my channel.
I'm taking over his channel.
American Gun Black.
I'm taking off the reverb.
Yeah.
If I can figure out how to do it. There we go. I'm taking off the reverb just so if we can hear. Daddy, are you here? Sorry if I'm blinding you guys with my light. It's starting to rain.
Puka on the shop. Can us talk to Kieran Mahagan as Adam Jones.
There's a lot of activity right now. Lots and lots of activity. Thank you guys so much for being here.
That's Rhonda Hale is Adam. That's Rhonda.
Yeah.
Ditch. That's her name. That's Ditch.
Wow.
Can I stop it for you?
Are
you okay to
I'm
stop it?
totally fine. I mean, either way, it doesn't.
You're
It's,
feeling?
it's all easy for me to hear what they're saying, and they all have different opinions and different thoughts, and they're all coming through. But I have to say, this is like normal life for me.
So you would put, I know a lot of mediums, they agree with this, but you would put a lot of
Value. This
value to
is
that app.
100% because what they're
You don't
saying.
feel like this is false.
Not
this
at
is
all, because
negative.
what I can hear them saying, I hear in my head already.
Brilliant.
What I have been doing is saying words to see if it comes through on here, and it does.
Perfect.
But I won't say it out loud because then the machine will hear me. Like I said my daughter's name, I said Zoe, and it said Zoe.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is Zoe watching?
So I don't think Zoe is watching. I don't think she is. Like, she's probably at work.
Yeah, she would.
But I did, in my mind, I said my daughter's name, and they said her name.
It is.
There is somebody that keeps saying careful. It's probably said it 5 times.
Anthony, be careful.
So, guys, I'm so sorry that I am,
It's Baltic, isn't it?
I'm going to move my, my light so that it doesn't, oh, I didn't mean to turn it off,
No,
sorry.
I can put on a torch.
No, I mean, I just wanted to like tilt it so it doesn't blind everybody. I'll go like that so at least you can see my face a little bit and it's still effective.
Do you want to stand in there so you're not getting so wet?
It doesn't seem to come through my clothes.
You're okay.
This is waterproof. I was thinking it's water resistant, but it's waterproof, which is wonderful.
I'm going to try some ghost tube.
I would love to try ghost tube. Yeah, I've never actually experienced it at all. So I'm going to turn the camera around so you guys can see me. We just had Necrophonic app to pick up vibrations and sounds of energy to come through to kind of verbalize their energy to say so they can speak to us. And I was actually visualizing and thinking a word telepathically in my mind, and they came through and said it on the Necrophonic. So that was very, 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 very cool. I did hear my dad's voice come through a few times, which is incredibly awesome, because I see my dad. I mean, in my energy, I can feel him. I don't want to say see. I hear him talking to me constantly. However, I haven't been able to actually see his apparition in a little while, and I do miss that. I love being able to see my dad. And so to hear his voice, I haven't heard his voice well, since he passed. And so I heard his voice 3 distinct times, which was
Ghost
lovely.
Tube does not work on this phone, but
Okay.
I'm going to end my live and put it on for you.
Okay, very good.
So, guys, thanks so much for tuning in with the fabulous Rhonda.
Bye, guys.
And you will see a lot more live probably tomorrow and the next day, so make sure
Definitely.
you tune in. And if you could, make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and Twitter, all linked down below, as well as a link to my merch. So, until next time, guys, bye.
Bye, guys. Okay, guys, I'm going to close down this.